So with the creation of the New 52, DC has been able to make a whole new line of their animated films. And in this movie, Justice League War, we get to see the new formation of the new Justice League. So we have different members. We have, Captain Marvel and Cyborg in instead of, Martian Manhunter and Hawkgirl. And it's a great movie. One of my favorite things about it is the dialogue is just a hilarious film. Like all the characters are really funny, especially Green Lantern, which is really different from the Green Lantern that I'm used to. Which whether it's Hal or John, neither of them are like the super over the top funny characters. Like Hal does have a sense of humor, but in this one he's just absolutely hilarious. Like Flash is funny, but it's like Hal is just the funniest thing ever in this. Like he kind of hates Batman, and he's like surprised when Batman likes other people. And he's just like, why doesn't he like me and stuff? And it's really really funny, and we get to see sort of, we get to see all the characters come together. For one of the first things you'll notice is how some of the characters have their new 52 uniforms on. Green Lantern, his is fairly similar, just has like neon lines going through it. Batman, of course, is the same. Flash is the same, except I think he has like the yellow lines going through his suit. Superman is slightly different. His is more, if you've seen Man of Steel, it's more in that range. It's sort of a darker suit, and it looks pretty cool. Wonder Woman had my favorite. Like I loved her reincarnation the most. I don't think that's the one she has in the comic books. I don't remember if they actually changed it or not, because I know initially it was going to be like her in like the leather jacket and stuff. And of course, I don't actually read the comics, mostly because I just spend all my money on them. But I don't know if they actually changed it from that. But if they did, this was definitely the thing to change it to, with sort of the blue and red. It's subtle, but it looks good, and like her hair is actually different, and it looks kind of cool. And she's just a really cool character in this, and it's kind of funny. She's like learning about Earth, so it's really funny to see her. When she's going around, she's like, she feels okay around everyone, but everyone's freaking out about her, and all she's trying to do is help. And then when she's like happy about something, she's just like, yes, and she's like swinging a giant sword around, and it freaks people out, as you could imagine. So it was kind of funny seeing all the characters in this new light, and in this we get Cyborg, who for as far as I'm concerned, I don't know much about Cyborg outside of Teen Titans, which I think is a ton of people who love Cyborg as a character. But in this, we kind of get to see the new way where he gets his powers instead of what was originally a car accident, I believe. In this, he's basically transformed by alien technology, and this technology comes from Darksied. And in this movie, he's dealing with being sort of this deformed thing, and he kind of has to control the technology and make himself look more human, and learn how to just advance himself, and work as a team, and work with the Justice League, or at least work with the separate characters who will eventually become the Justice League. And in this, another thing that they really changed up is Billy Batson, I believe is his name, who's Captain Marvel. In this, he's kind of a douchey kid. Like, he's the exact opposite of what he normally is, which is like the homeless kid, or he's not really homeless, but he's just he's like him, and I believe his grandfather, who's much older. And that's pretty much it. It's those two, and he goes around. He's not, they aren't exactly rich or anything, and he helps people out, even though he doesn't have much, and he's only a little kid. And that's kind of why he's chosen. And in this, he's in a foster family, but and he's the oldest of the three kids, and he's kind of a douchey kid. Like, he steals stuff. He stole Cyborg's jersey when he went to his football game and stuff. And he's kind of a douchey little kid, but he's a good fighter, and he's at his core a good person. But on the surface, he's just kind of douchey. But it makes for good banter between some of the characters. But overall, this movie was absolutely amazing. The animation was good, like I said. The costumes look really great. And seeing the characters in this new light where they kind of act so different from what most people are used to. Like I said, if you read the New 52, it's probably just all in line for you. But for people who don't, it's like a whole new character. It's like everyone's just so varied and different. But it just comes together so well. The dialogue is really well written. As far as the plot goes, it's a fairly simple plot. It's them joining together against one specific enemy, and that enemy is Darkseid. So he comes in, he's destroying and trying to kill everybody, and they have to team up to fight him. And it's a great action scenes, of course, and everyone does some of their typical moves, and it's just a really great film that kind of reintroduces the Justice League while at the same time introducing the new form of the Justice League. And this overall, if you haven't seen it, a film definitely worth picking up, even if you aren't a huge Justice League fan, or even if you're not a huge DC fan, which odds are no one would be watching this. But even if you're not, it's just a great animated film. There are of course going to be those fanboys who are like, Marvel, DC, who gives a crap? They're great films, and this is definitely one of the greatest ones I've seen. And I'm excited to see sort of the new style that they make for the films now that they've gotten into the new 52. And we got this along with like Flashpoint Paradox. We're getting into new 52 style movies where they have the new versions of the characters and their new costumes and stuff, and their new their whole new stories. So that'll be exciting to see. And if you've seen it, definitely comment below, let me know what you guys thought of it, your favorite parts, least favorite parts. And if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out, because if you love DC, if you love any of those characters, they all have their own moments in the spotlight. Like, everyone is fairly separate in the beginning. I think Green Lantern and Batman are the first two that meet up, and outside of that, I think pretty much every single other character gets about 5 or 6 minutes completely alone, except maybe Superman, because I think he's already fighting when he's introduced. So he kind of gets his own moment too. But all in all, you get to see every one of the characters in the Justice League for themselves, and then they all team up, and it's just a super crazy funny action film. So check it out, and like I said, if you have seen it, comment below, let me know what you thought of it, favorite parts, least favorite parts, and tell me what you guys want to see. If there's some new 52 comics that are out that you guys want to see made into films, definitely put that below. But if not, what just random films do you guys want to see now that the new 52 has come about? Everyone has their new storyline and stuff. What movies do you guys want to see made from that, or random ideas would you guys like to see that you might have come up with now that they've started over? What do you guys want to see? Comment below, let me know, and thanks for watching.